So today is going to be a little bit different. Today's lesson is all about thinking about different probabilities, so not just picking things out of a bag where you're kind of writing down a fraction, but thinking about probabilities of sort of things you might come across in real life, probabilities of things that are a wee bit harder to calculate. Okay, so the first task I'm going to give you, you're going to do some research and find some probabilities. So for example, here I have a pack of cards. There's all sorts of cards in there. These are kind of randomly shuffled. I might ask, what is the probability of getting, say, a king? Now, if I can see the cards, I can pick out a king. If I'm looking at the cards blindly, what are my chances of blindly, randomly picking a king? Well, just like yesterday, we need to know how many kings there are in a pack. And you can do a bit of research, find out there's 4 kings and that there are 52 cards. So my probability is 4 out of 52. Some of you will recognize that simplifies down to 1 out of 13. So if I take my cards and I shuffle them around, so they're not in the same order, because you might know where the kings are, having shown you them. And I shuffle my cards together, then I take a random card. There is a 1 in 13 chance that card is going to be a king. And actually, it turned out not to be. Now, I'd expect to have to do 13 choices before I get king. So let's try it again. Oh, this time it turned up. Okay, so I got a king this time. That was very lucky, because I'd expect to have to go through more choices than that. You'll see each time I'm shuffling them, that's because I don't want to have one choice affect the others. So 7 this time, so that one didn't get 1. And maybe choose another one. 7 again. Okay, so my chances each time of getting a king are 1 out of 13. That means I would expect to get 1 king out of every 13 times I randomly take a card out of this pack. A second example that maybe you could connect with. Here I've got a set of Scrabble tiles. If I open that bag and I reach in, I could ask a question like, what's the probability of picking out an A? So this time I got an R, didn't get an A. Now again, to work that out, you need to know how many A's are there in the bag and how many letters are in the bag altogether. So if I want the probability of an A, I need to work out how many A's are in my bag and how many tiles altogether. And that will give it as a probability. Now, that's one of the questions I've asked. You will need to do the research to find out the answer to these 2 questions. How many A's there are and how many tiles there are in a Scrabble bag altogether. So have a go. It's going to require a little bit of research today. I've asked less questions than normal. The second task I've given you is a lot harder in terms of you've got to think how to organize your information to work out these 2 things. How many ways are there to do something out of how many total options? So that's going to require a little bit more thinking and a little bit more kind of working through for you to have a go at. See how you get on. And there's also a third little task which talks about how probabilities relate to the lottery and everyday life in the lottery.